Priority episode 8. And for those of you wondering, I will be watching it from Funimation's website. And I will be starting my reaction in one. Oh, let me just make a countdown real quick before I start the reaction. Now, I'll be starting my reaction in 3, 2, 1, and go. No, the reason why I waited is because I thought I heard a gunshot outside. I was like, wait, what the hell? But no, never mind. I was just hearing things. Must be just a bit of the music that the neighbor's playing. Oh, that's actually pretty dang adorable. Aw. The thing is, though, the wish, I'm assuming it's going to come with a lot of cost. I don't think it's going to be that simple. Now I just wonder. I like how he's emphasizing might. I have a feeling this is giving build up towards where if they ever do crack a sufficient amount of eggs, they're probably not going to get necessarily what they want. Or who knows, maybe a loved one will be revived for maybe like a few seconds at best. That's going to be my gut feeling on that. Hell yeah, they're freaking charming. Oh, just the way I explain why she says that. Aww. It always warms me up. Hopefully, though, when she's hanging out, will be for some pleasant experience, you know? And nothing absolutely, I was about to say nothing insane, but it is one big Interesting. I wonder why they're starting out with this, though. Kind of feels a little bit like a recap episode to an extent, but who knows? Maybe there's actually more to it than meets the eye. Or who knows? Maybe it's Oh man, I swear her reaction to that towards that the first time, it was freaking. Even though I saw it before, it never ceases to put a smile on my face. I actually got to give this series credit for that. It utilizes sensors, but it's a great effect to make at least that laughing girl that was shown off in the first episode look a bit more creepier. And I gotta admit, that is a pretty cute name. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a full-on recap from the looks of things. But at the very least, though, it does give the perspective, at the very least, of those two men that we always see sitting around for a larger portion of the episode. So even though, yes, it is at least so far recap, at least it doesn't feel absolutely pointless. Like some other animes when they try to pull recaps, it just felt epically. Like of that series, that epically failed at doing a recap, Kingsred, or even Tomika. That series tried two fucking recaps and it failed epically. At least here it's much more engaging. Because unlike those other recaps, At least here we're getting like a third person point of view, perspective. Hmm. And honestly, someone like Koto didn't really deserve that type of harassment. My guess is, oh yeah, some people can get pretty dang salty, especially when they get attention from a handsome teacher and it's put towards a single individual. I wouldn't be surprised if people of the opposite sex having a bitch fit. But that's just the way life is, though, unfortunately. Aww. But the way she stood at the way Kota sounded when she said that, man, she just sounded so defeated. I don't think, yeah, at least at that time, I don't think I should have blamed herself because it had to be multiple factors, you know? Like when someone decides to do extreme actions, it ain't just well, in most cases, it ain't just a singular event that causes them to take action. It's multiple small events at once or a humongous gargantuan event. Ho- Thankfully, though, I's grown to the extent where those type of thoughts of her taking away her life, she ain't have any need to contemplate stuff like that anymore, at the very least. Huh. Which makes you kind of wonder if, when it mentions it dramatically increases, I mean, hey, at the very least, though, never, unless she suffered injuries, at the very least, it wasn't anything fatal. Thankfully, though, never completely changed her mind. On the plus side, was not very talkative, but at the very least, never was becoming more outgoing. So I do like the recap as at least a mention how she was in the earlier episodes, and kind of helps me appreciate how Neru actually is now. Where she's opened herself up to more people, she's more talkative now, and things of that nature. Yeah, I'm kind of with her. I don't think she's hopeless at all. Because in her being like that, trusting, well, yeah, not just that, it also shows you that with I being trusting, it's just why she's able to get along with people so well because she's always has the highest expectations for people. I just love the evil laugh that she makes too. Rika. Oh man, honestly, that was actually one of my fave moments in the series. Just seeing Neru break out of her shell. Hmm. Well, yeah. Oh, man, I always love the reactions to that specific scene. But now that I think about it, though, since the series is going to be set for one card, I wonder if they're going to have enough time to cover everything they need to cover, though. Hmm. Even though, yes, it's what keeps her awake at the very least now. Never has other things to live for. Hmm. Kind of like one of the messages of the series that even though, yes, everyone sort of has their own quote unquote peak, you should still keep on chugging along. You should still keep on trying. Because in a roundabout way, I kind of like how it's implying that there are other peaks in life, not just a singular peak. Because there is more to beauty than just physical looks. It's your personality and your experiences that you gain that also make you who you are. Oh. Hey, at least now we're finally getting to hear some of the positive consequences to them battling, at the very least. And change I has. And she's changed for the better. She's more outgoing. And she's lot more prone to saying the right thing at the right time, like when she helped out Rika just a few episodes ago. Hmm. Oof. And again, those two of those wounds are just limited to the dream realm, not the actuality. Ah, the Chuny girl. Honestly, when it comes to like the haters, I don't know what's more creepier when the haters have their mask on or when the mask is off. I mean, they're creepier either way. Huh. Just like in real life, when you got like multiple groups of people against a certain thing and they dislike it rationally, them together has more effect than them separately. I mean, a real life example to that is what people manage to do when they try to get Gina Carano fired and they multiple Twitter mobs got together and all that until she finally let her guard down. As a real life example right now. Where haters together in real life are really dang powerful and they can get things done. Obviously not for the best. I mean, nothing without a little bit of greed from Rico, though. Oh, man. You know, if I were an ice spot, I would lend her money maybe once, and that's it. I would never do it again. I'd be like, no, fuck no. I'd be like, where's my money? You know, from the first time I lent you the money. Hmm. And that really was one of the sadder scenes in the series. And I, and I have a feeling that we're probably never gonna find out who her actually father looks like because that's how it is in real life too. Sometimes people go along in life never really knowing who their actual parent is sometimes. It's just the way of life sometimes. I don't know, for some reason, I think that bartender lady looks more like Rika than Rika's mother herself. Am I like the only one that gets the vibes? I mean, thankfully she didn't do it. Speaking of which, something I do like about the sequences evolving her cuts, the series did actually foreshadow that in some of the earlier episodes, too. Aww. Well, no, yeah, I mean, that is just amazing dedication right there. Hmm. But thankfully, no, though. We all know deep at heart, Rika is an amazing individual with some kinks here and there, but who doesn't have their kinks, though, you know? If she wouldn't have mentioned the fatty comments, things would have probably ended off a bit better. But you know, when someone's young, they're prone to making mistakes and things that they forever regret. That's just the way of life. Oh yeah, that was by far one of the best fight sequences in the series. The animators outdid themselves in the previous episode. Oh yeah, the one of the most cutest power-ups. Honestly though, some of them do look like a magical girl gemstone devices. At least the one that I has feels like it fit in home in a magical girl series. I do like how when it comes to Rika's, her bond at the very least with the little creature she has is the best portrayed among all the other girls because we actually got her little cutie actually encourage her. And honestly, that was such a glorious moment right there. No, seriously, I looked a little bit like a Gege getting a guitar on that shot. Like, no joke. At least, she looked like a Toro again. Like, for like a quick shot. Which I don't mind that one bit. I love the Gege no Guitar series. Yes! I wonder why they saved her for last, though. I guess it makes sense because she still needs to be developed a little bit more. For the most part, they've given a lot of character development for Rika, Neru, Ai. She is the one that's got more room to grow. Not to say that she hasn't grown, because she has. But there's more room for her in comparison to the other three girls. For a second, that girl kind of reminds me of Faye from Cowboy Bebop, just a little bit from the character design. Hmm. Hopefully, the Momoe can resolve those complicated circumstances someday. You know? Aww. Oh. Let's hope that didn't send direct. No, I don't think it led that necessarily led to the death of Momoe's friend. Maybe it was other circumstances. At least I would hope. For the sake of Momoe, of course. Hmm. Now I think about that picture of Ai that he's drawing actually has longer hair in that sketch, at least, versus the current day Ai. If we were to compare and contrast. I actually didn't catch up the first time I was reacting to the episode, but now that I'm actually watching the second time, I should catch up on a few details I didn't notice the first time. So I gotta give the recap credit for that. Oh yeah, the spicy stuff. I mean, at least Ai's mother's honest about things, you know? Because some mothers or fathers would try to date someone behind the back of their child and they wouldn't be asking permission. They'd just straight up do it. Then after the matter of fact, like maybe weeks later, then they'll tell the child, or the child will just find out through their own circumstances. So at the very least, I think Ai's mother did it the right way. That is a good point. Yo, so there's more. Oh, yes. I love the sound of that. Aw. Huh. I guess they didn't have any new sequences, I guess. Huh. And I understand why they wouldn't use the opening or ending theme this week, because why would they? Oh yeah, that fight was so damn... Honestly, all the fights in this series have been pretty dang badass. And honestly, the ED song being utilized during these scenes actually give them a bit more gravity. Oh, damn it! The way they tease us! I was hoping we'd get, like, at the very least, a taste of episode 9 or something, since it was mostly recap. Because remember, at least Kingswood and Tomika, even though they were recaps, when they had their recaps, they at least give us a 30-second taste of their next episode. Hey, Serena one's though. Why do I get the feeling she's going to be exponentially disappointed, though? Knowing how these animes usually go? Well, I guess that's it. It's, okay, it's over. Well, here are my thoughts on the recap episode. If I'm being perfectly honest, if I had to rate this on a scale out of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, since the recap didn't make me want to bust out in anger and cuss out whoever the hell made it, that's already an accomplishment, because at least when it comes to this season and the last season, oh lord, there was some awful recap episodes where I'm like, that were anger-inducing. Thankfully, though, this recap wasn't anger-inducing, only because of the narration that it had. It at least made the episodes feel a little bit more captivating, especially when they were teasing us and all that. Especially saying shit like, oh yeah, the information will cost you. So things like that really made it lively, at least in comparison to other recaps. But since it is a recap, though, obviously I'm not going to give it my highest rating ever. So if I were to rate it on a scale of, say, 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, I'll give it a, let's see, A 6 out of 10, which is still fucking amazing because usually when I see recap episodes, they're usually dumpster fires, pieces of trash where I rate them usually a 4 out of 10s or 3 out of 10s or even 2 out of 10s, so they're so offensively bad. Thankfully, it wasn't that way though. True, yeah. Johnson. There really wasn't much for me to react to on this episode. If I'm being perfectly honest, I honestly think One Rake Priority should have taken a break. I don't even know why they had a. I guess I can understand why they had to have a recap episode to keep the time slot. So I guess that's my guess as to why there was a recap episode. Because I have heard that usually when companies have recap episodes, instead of like obligation to just have an episode airing during the during like the contracting, when they make an episode, they usually have to use all the slots, so that's why they do a recap episode. It does count an episode. It's episode 8. They count it as one. Which I hope for the sake of people that are gonna buy the Blu-rays, I hope it isn't included in the disc because I feel like people would be ripped off a little bit. For any disc that has episode 8, they're gonna be ripped off. But then again, One Rake Priority, who knows? Who knows? But at least that's how I think they should handle it. I really think this should have been called 7.5, but it's episode 8 officially, though. I mean, I thought it was okay. I was entertained, so that's why I give it a 6 out of 10. But that's what I'll also give it, though. I'm not going to give it anything else. As for things like animation, artwork, vocal performances, there really isn't nothing to rate because it uses the same beautiful visuals from the other episodes. So there isn't really much for me to comment on that. But I will say this, though. The narration was really good. So it really does have that going for it. And yeah, these are pretty much my thoughts on it to Joshua Johnson and also everyone else. Now, in saying that, I do like how at least got me a little bit more pumped up for the episode 9. So I'll also give it some credit for that. And I do like how they use the ED during the animated sequences a bit. I hope they can do that in an actual episode. That'd be pretty dang boss. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really have nothing much to say about it, Joshua Johnson and everyone else. So yeah, these are my thoughts on the episode, y'all. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more, because the next anime I'll be reacting to is Geki Idol. Which, yeah, I'm pumped up for that. But anyways, thank you very much, Joshua Johnson, for commenting, and everyone else, thank you very much for watching my video. Hope y'all have a great, safe, and fantastic day, and I'll see you later if you either come back for my One Rake Priority episode 9 reaction or my Geki Idol reaction. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, y'all. Bye-bye.